emotional.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. After a long break, we are back, and I'm excited to see all of you. And I was checking you all out when I was in the green room. I said, okay, Deborah and Adrian, y'all rolling up in here early. Tracy Newmy, good morning to you. I see you, Jackie. Good morning to you. What's up, Marion? Good morning to you. Kim Edmondson, what's up? I see you, Davia. What's up, cousin? Terry's in here as well. Y'all, it's great to be back. I was so excited. I couldn't sleep last night. I was like waking up every 20 minutes. I was just so excited to be back here at the desk with all of you in what I would say will be our historical election season there is. So I'm just so excited. So let me know, what have you been doing July and August? I see you, Felicia. Good morning, sis. What have you all been doing July and August? I've been resting. I went swimming with two girlfriends. We had a blast. That was just a couple weeks ago. I was on a farm this past weekend. Y'all, that was amazing. Just enjoying life, seeing where God is taking me and what's happening. Tracy, thank you so much. Marion says, great to have you back. I am so excited to be back. So excited to be back. On my break last year, remember in 2023 was August, I told you about the freedom and how I just became so free. And I was sharing with a girlfriend of mine a couple of weeks ago, we were in the pool swimming. I was sharing with her, I said, this time is different. I said, it's not necessarily a freedom. I said, it's something that I really cannot wrap my arms around. It's like it's beyond freedom, whatever that looks like. Some things are unfolding. I'm really excited about it. You may have been seeing a few teasers out there, and I'm going to still tease you. Everbloom is coming. It's currently unfolding, and I'm excited about that. I see my brother in here. What's up? Lori, good morning to you. Tracy Newmy says she slept all summer. There is nothing wrong with that. Y'all, hopefully you are on our Facebook page. That's where I'm going to be posting a lot of what's to come. If you have not signed up for our newsletter, the Friday Rundown, that was on break also. It just came back out last week. Make sure you sign up for that. And you can go to gaildudley.com to do that, to sign up for that. There's going to be a lot of content that's coming your way over the next about 70-something days. So make sure you're checking that out. And all the content may not be for you, so feel free to scroll through and get rid of what you want to get rid of. But there's going to be content out there. So if you have questions, instead of like DMing me, because I'm not always checking my DMs, make sure you just check out the content because it's probably there. Deborah said my youngest son got married. Yes, he did. And that was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. And again, congratulations to you, Deborah, for that. Also, you will also see who's coming on, who will be my guests as we're doing, and we'll be having guests like all the way leading up to the general election. Tomorrow, you don't want to miss Reverend Derek Holmes is going to be talking about get out to vote. He's going to bring some whole new content and segment to you there. And then on Thursday, because we got to protect our mental health, people, I'm so excited to have Davia back here with me, Davia Williams Stevenson. She's going to be talking about protecting our mental health during the cycle. And I'm so excited to share with you all, bam, her latest book. I need all of you to go to Amazon after the show and purchase this book. We gave away 4 of the books from the Friday Rundown, and we'll get that posted on Friday's newsletter, who won the books. I see you, Yvonne Gardner, but y'all, this is a month of Sundays, elevating self-care to soul care. Y'all, this is her book. It is amazing. It's amazing. So you want to check this out. It's not a great picture of her, by the way. Oh, I guess it's over here. You want to check out this book, but you can go to Amazon.com. I need all of you, please, let's help our sister out. First of all, you're going to love everything in this book. Believe me. It's a great fall reading. Get your coffee, your mimosa, your tea, your blanket, your pajamas, crawl up in a nice end of the sofa or in a chair, put your feet up, get your glasses out, and read this book. Again, it's a month of Sundays elevating self-care to soul care. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. So now that I have it out the way, you're probably wondering, well, where is Isaiah? Where is he? Y'all, things change. People do things. People grow. And we want to give a big thank you to Isaiah Jones, the freelancer. He has been with us for 2+ wonderful years. His work schedule and additional freelance work he has acquired has taken him away from News in Motion. Here we believe in mentoring. You all know that by now, and seeing young people soar. So I just want to say to Isaiah, we want you to soar, soar, soar. Nephew, we want you to fly, fly, fly. But y'all, and you know, it was a difficult decision, and Auntie kind of had to help him. Like, okay, listen, it's okay to say no if you can no longer do this. He's like, yeah, Auntie, but anyway, listen, he has done an excellent job. We wish him well in all that he's doing. And of course, he had to say to me, well, Auntie, you know, every now and then I may have to pop back in. I'm like, girl, pop back in, pop back in, pop back in. So that's Isaiah. So we want to just say, hey, Isaiah, you are doing great. He's doing great at the school that he's working at. He's now on patrol duty. So that kind of cut into a lot of, yes, Kim Edmondson, fly, nephew, fly. Davia said, good morning, please, and thank you. Listen, girl, you are jamming, you are jamming. So I wanted to say that. Marion Jackson says, thank you, Isaiah Jones, for all your great work. May God bless your future endeavors. Yeah, y'all, it's hard. It's hard. So I'm kind of like doing double duty, so y'all going to have to be patient with me. So with that being said, we want to change our focus to students. We realize there's a lot of students who want to learn broadcasting, podcasting, and so forth. So instead of like putting out a position description for adults who are already doing this, we really want to change our focus to students. So if there are any students, college or broadcasting school, or anyone who's looking for a trade to learn and grow, and they're teachable, we're currently seeking interns to join the News in Motion team. So if that's you or someone you know, they have to be available Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 7 a.m. to like 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. Have a desire to learn live streaming, editing, and upload to YouTube and social media. And if that's you, you can email us, and that's newsinmotion with Gail at gmail.com, and we'll get that up in a few moments. But we just really want to really help students grow, because that's my thing. I love encouraging people. By now, you all should know that. I see you, Robert Holman. Good morning to you. So if you have anybody in mind, let us know. If you have my other email, you can send them to my other email as well. That's all good. All right, y'all, for those of you new joining us for the first time, or who may need a reminder, y'all, News in Motion is a firm believer in democracy over political party, is established to foster in citizen engagement. Let me get this out right, y'all. In civic life by sharing headline news, voter education, voter participation, and we aim to instill a sense of empowerment and motivation. This is a grassroots movement, y'all, seeking to inspire individuals through informative and engaging content, encouraging individuals to take meaningful action in their communities and to contribute to positive change. We believe in democracy over political party, and we're here to make sure that belief is upheld. Whatever the news, let's commit to democracy and our shared humanity. That's a quote by myself, Gail Dudley. All right, y'all, the bottom line, headline news updates is what you're going to be receiving at this time. Voter education and participation. We're going to take this all the way to November the 5th. Empowering and motivating content. Y'all, again, this is a grassroots movement. What's up, Shardinia? And we want to send out, just let you know that we are praying for you as well. So we want to drive positive change to our communities. Now, as promised, this is where you're going to be like, yeah, don't go there. But I have to. As promised, we are here to bring you news updates, voter information, and empowering content through November the 6th. That's what we're doing to keep with our current content, the content we currently have right now. We're going to take us all the way to November the 6th. Well, let me change that. Until the person has been voted in and there's no shenanigans. So if we go beyond that, we will go beyond that. We want to make sure the person has been like they secured the votes, the electoral college, all of that. Once we have that in place, excuse me, we will then take a break and we will return in January. So, yep, by Thanksgiving, News and Motion will be like out of here through the end of the year, unless there's some amazing breaking news that we need to come in at. We'll return in January. When we return in January, you're gonna see a new format. You're gonna see new images and all these things. You're gonna see a new introduction. Everything News in Motion is going to fold into Everbloom. It's still gonna be News in Motion. That's the broadcast side, but Everbloom is coming. It's coming. It's coming, and it's unfolding. And I want to tell you right now, it is amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Every now and then, you have to flip things over. You have to change things over. And I'm so excited about where we're headed and what we're doing. So why? Well, this is why. And a lot of prayer behind this, a lot of conversations with the millennial team that's still in place. And y'all hear this when I say it, when VP Harris becomes Madam President, we can sit back and breathe a little, okay? Women's rights will continue. The 2025 project will have been blocked, and hopefully inflation can continue on its downward trend. If by chance there's a different outcome, that will be news that I am not willing to tackle. I could, but I'm not willing to tackle that news and those shenanigans day after day because of burnout and because of just my mental health. And we'll hear more about that on Thursday with Davia. We're going to be protecting our mental health. So furthermore, with the development of Everbloom, I see you, Mary Owens, coming in here from LinkedIn. News in Motion will be the broadcast platform on empowerment, encouragement, equipping, and engaging. So all of that is to come. Just stay tuned. Y'all just keep following my Instagram. I'm slowly rolling out everything right there. So that's a lot that's going to be happening. And again, I'm not willing to tackle that. So let me just hit on that just a little bit. I was sharing with Latrice Jones on yesterday when we were having a conversation. I said, the break has been refreshing. I said, one never knows, and we have to truly pay attention to our bodies, what we're hearing, what we're feeling. The burnout was crazy. Okay, so to step back and to say, okay, how do we pivot this? How do we work this? How do we continue to bring you the content that we believe all of you will be interested in? And that's what my focus is, and that's what I'm bringing. I'm listening to you. For all of you who responded to the newsletter last week, thank you. And if you still want to respond, you can still respond. The gifts are gone, but you can still respond if you would like to do that. All right, y'all. So what happened since our break? Y'all ready for a quick rundown? Unless you have been under a rock. The initial presidential debate caused an outcry for President Biden to step aside. However, President Biden was determined that he was going to continue. Age became a major thing, mindset. Can you remember? Can you walk, talk, move? All of that became a thing. Trump was shot. Maxi pads made a comeback, but as an ear protector. Hulk Hogan became the face of the RNC. J.D. Vance became the VP running mate of Donald Trump. President Biden was tested positive for COVID. July 21st, 2024, Joe Biden withdrew on his terms from the presidential race. 15 minutes later, President Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. Sister Girl raised $81 million in a very short period of time. I think it was like 3 hours, right? Joe Manchin tried to become the nominee. Nah, my brother, you left us. Remember, you left us, so you couldn't do it. The Olympics took place in Paris. Snoop Dogg was the Olympics. Let's just say the name Simone Biles, USA. Jordan Childs, I don't care what happens, keep your medal, girl. You earned it. Sha'Carri Richardson ran her behind off. Gabrielle Thomas ran her behind off. We have Littles, Holmes, McLaughlin, Thomas, Hayes, Butler, Brown, all women on the track doing their thing. Overall, y'all, 38 Black women took home medals on behalf of Team USA. Black women are everywhere. All right, y'all. Then we had Noah Lyles, Chris Bailey, Perry Baker, Rye, I believe it's Rye, Benjamin, and others changed the face of the Olympics. The Olympics, the Summer Olympics in, I think it's 2028, will take place in Los Angeles. Tim Walsh, y'all, became the running mate. We didn't know who he was until he arrived, and now we all love him. We heard a roll call like none other at the DNC. Half of America did not sleep for 4 days. That was August the 19th through the 22nd. Team Obama did not hold back, but Michelle won. Sorry, Barack. Gus won over the world. What's up, Pastor Alex Williams? VP Harris has won the nomination of the Democratic Party, and the Black job will soon be the most powerful job in the nation. Did I miss anything worth mentioning? If so, go ahead and put it in the chat so I know what I missed. But I want to just give y'all just just some cliff notes of what happened. Hopefully, I pulled that all together to your liking. So take a few moments, put in the chat if I missed anything. I love me some Gus, y'all. Gus Walls, he just took over the world. And did y'all know about Vice President Harris' stepdaughter? I mean, we all knew that she was around, but that girl is a knitting genius. She is a knitting genius. Tracy Newman said I was on point. I didn't miss anything. She's a knitting genius. Tim Walls is doing phenomenal. When you go into his record, it's just out of this world. And y'all, I don't know about you all. If I can back up just a little bit, Snoop Dogg was just everything and a bag of chips. Okay, he even brought in Martha Stewart. Like, let's go do it. They was doing the thing. Adrian said it was spot on. Von Gardner said you gave it all. In that short clip, y'all didn't miss anything. And y'all, Michelle Obama, if y'all looking for the outfit she wore, it is on the website. I believe the top part is about $2,400, but she wore that thing and it was amazing. That braid was out of this world, was it not? Adrian said, don't come for Gus. Don't come for Gus. We ride at dawn. Marion said, you didn't miss a thing. Well, there's that. So y'all, let's talk money. Y'all, Forbes reports. Now, this is not since August 31st. We're waiting on those numbers to roll in. Jackie said, don't forget Flava Flav. Listen, Flava Flav rolled up in there. Deborah Johnson said, this was one of the best Olympics. It really was. My sister was there. Y'all know Patricia, who normally tunes in. She was there. What's up, Hester? Good morning to you. So y'all, let's talk money. Forbes reports Harris Campaign Committee, this is crazy, raised $516.8 million. And the Trump Campaign Committee has raised, y'all ready? Since January 2023 to July 31st, 2024, he's raised $268.5 million. Yeah, That's the most recent date for which the Federal Election Commission filings are available. So in less than 4 weeks, she has raised $516.8 million. So there's that. But when you put those numbers together, I have to be honest with all of you and say, could this end food insecurity? Could this end or put a dent in homelessness? Could this help people who are in need, college education, any type of education, trade, whatever? Could this be a help when we look at this amount of money? When you look at the amount of money of commercials, the billions of dollars that's being spent all over from these different candidates, could it make a difference in our world? And I'm here to tell you, I believe it can. Keeping up with what's happening when we're looking at funds and money, Axios is reporting. I want y'all to hear this. Roughly 10,000 hotel workers across 24 hotels in 8 U.S. cities began striking over the Labor Day weekend after contract negotiations stalled with Marriott International, Hilton Worldwide, and Hyatt Hotels. Yeah, they walked off the job, including Boston, San Francisco, as their union, United Here, works to negotiate a new contract. Their planned multi-day strike could get even bigger. 15,000 workers have voted in favor of striking. Sticking points in the negotiations include wages and cuts to service staffing made during the pandemic that have not been restored. The union said that many hotels took advantage of the pandemic staffing cuts and guest services that were never restored, causing workers to lose jobs and income and creating painful working conditions for those who carry the increased workload. And that's a direct quote. Now, hearing from the employers, here's another direct quote. Michael D'Angelo, this is Hyatt's head of labor relations for the Americas, said in a statement with Axios. I thought this was interesting. Disappointed that United here, again, that's the labor union, have chosen to strike while Hyatt remains willing to negotiate. Well, what are you negotiating? Where are things standing? And why now are you bringing it? We want to negotiate. A Hilton spokesperson said in a statement that the hotel chain was committed to negotiating in good faith to reach fair and reasonable agreements that are beneficial to both their valued team members and to the hotels. I don't know about you, but if you've been to any hotels lately, it has been different. Looking for things, waiting for things, wanting more towels, getting directions, waiting for someone to come to the front desk. But not only in hotels, it's happening everywhere. There's a lack of service, and we need to look at, well, what's the connection with the money? Who's making what? And how do we bring these things together? Because there's families out here that are saying, hey, we need some assistance, we need some help. Some of the employees are saying things like, I have children at home. I can't work these long hours. I just need to be paid. I'm worried about being able to pay my rent, to provide food for the table, to help with back to school items, including supplies. So as we are, here on News in Motion, as we continue to grab and pull things together, we know of a need. We will do our best to sow back into that community. And if you're willing to help contribute to that, let us know so that we can collectively do that. We don't want any child out here. And there's so many churches and things that are doing backpacks, filling them with supplies. But if you miss that and you don't have a connection and you've called many numbers and everything's out, let somebody know so that we can then do the vetting process. We're not just going to do things, y'all know how we do them here. We'll do a vetting process to see what's needed and how we can come alongside. All right, y'all, now get this. I know some of y'all were mad yesterday. And Sunday, I'm sure the last 10 minutes, some of you just lost it. You may be saying, no, they didn't. But Disney said, yes, we did. Y'all, Disney is in the news. The Verge is reporting Disney blocks ESPN, ABC, and other channels for millions of DirecTV subscribers. The last 10 minutes of the U.S. Open, y'all. The entertainment giant pulled his channels. Yeah, and Freeform was also in there. Sunday night in the middle of the U.S. Open's fourth round and just 10 minutes before the LSU and the USC football game started. I know y'all was mad. Disney did the same thing to a different set of viewers last year over Labor Day weekend when it couldn't finalize its contract with Charter Communications as cable providers and network owners grappled with the value of the TV channels in a streaming world. Y'all gotta find this guy that I follow on Instagram. He's a comedian. He is absolutely hilarious. You've probably seen it on your news, your local news, because he was everywhere. He did a reel talking about all these different channels and all these live streams, and he goes to watch a movie, and when he gets to the movie, that he has to pay $3 more to watch that movie because he doesn't have that type of service. And he breaks down in less than 90 seconds what it's like. He said, just bring back Blockbusters. That was better. And then he said they were talking about we can just merge all these streamings together, these streaming platforms together. He said, y'all, that's cable. We've already been there. That's cable. Y'all have to watch him. I'll find his name and put his name on the News in Motion page if you have not seen him. He is absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. All right, y'all. From now until the general election, and so many people are doing it. We were doing it last year. We gave a break now. We want to bring this back. So from now to the general election, at least once a week, possibly twice a week, we're going to share one thing from Project 2025. And today we want to focus on the introduction. All right, so here's the introduction pages. Let me read these to you. If you received the Friday rundown, you received the entire 922 pages. If you do not have that, let us know. Or what we'll do, we'll put it in the Friday rundown this coming week as well. And y'all might be quiet in here. Y'all got to talk. Y'all know me. I like to talk back to y'all. All right, y'all. So it starts off, and this is a direct quote from their pages. History teaches that a president's power to implement an agenda is at its apex during the administration's opening days. To execute requires a well-conceived, coordinated, unified plan and a trained and committed cadre of personnel to implement it. In recent election cycles, presidential candidates normally begin transition planning in the late spring of election year or even after the party's nomination was secured. They were saying that's too late. They go on to say, and this is in the pages of their book, word from word, the federal government's complexity and growth advance at a seemingly high rate every 4 years. For conservatives to have a fighting chance to take on the administrative state and reform our federal government, the work must start now. They talked about the entirety of this effort is to support the next conservative president, whoever he or she may be. They talk about in the winter of 1980, the fleeting Heritage Foundation handed to President-elect Ronald Reagan the inaugural mandate for leadership. So they bring that in. They talk about the book and how the book literally put the conservative movement and Reagan on the same page. They break all of that down in the introduction. They're saying now it's not 1980. They said in 2023, the game has changed. The long march of cultural Marxism through our institution has come to pass. The federal government is being weaponized against American citizens and conservative values with freedom and liberty under siege as never before. This is on their pages. I'm reading directly, word from their pages of the opening pages of Project 2025. It says the task at hand to reverse the tide and restore our republic to its original moorings is too great for any one conservative policy shop to spearhead. It requires the collective action of our movement. With the quickening approach of January 2025, we have 2 years. This is when they first introduced it, and one chance to get it right. We have less than 70 days. Project 2025 is more than 50 and growing of the nation's leading conservative organizations joining forces to prepare and get this word and seize the day. They go on to talk about the personnel is policy. We need a new generation of Americans to answer the call and come to serve. This book is functionality, an invitation for you, the reader, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, and Miss Smith, to come to Washington or support those who can. Yeah, that was their wording. That's what they put in the book. Notice Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, and Miss Smith. Our goal is to assemble an army of aligned, vetted, trained, and prepared conservatives to go to work on day one to deconstruct the administrative state. The project is built on 4 pillars. And if you're wondering, why is she reading this? Because you're not. Because I'm talking to so many people and they're like, I ain't reading it. I'm just getting clip notes. No, understand. The first 20 pages are mind-blowing. Okay, that alone should give you what you need. The project is built on 4 pillars. Pillar 1, this volume puts in place a conservative view of how major federal agencies must be governed and where disagreement exists, brackets out of these differences for the next president to choose a path. Pillar 2 is a personnel database that allows candidates to build their own professional profiles and coalition members to review and voice their recommendations. These recommendations will then be collated and shared with the president-elect's team, greatly streamlining the appointment process. Pillar 3 is the Presidential Administration Academy, an online educational system taught by experts from their coalition. For the newcomer, this will explain how the government functions and how to function in government. For the experience, we will host in-person seminars with advanced training and set the bar for what is expected of senior leadership. And Pillar 4, that's the playbook, y'all. What I'm reading right now. We are forming agency teams and drafting transition plans to move out upon the president's utterance of "So help me God." As Americans living in the approach of our nation's 250th birthday, we have been giving much. They go on to say, as conservatives, we are as much required to steward this precious heritage for the next generation. On behalf of our coalition partners, we thank you and invite you to come to join us at project2025.org. I see you, Vergie. Good morning to you. And that was Paul Dans, the director of the project. Now, just to give you an insight of what's happening, I'm going to share with you the table of content. At least I think I am. Yes, I am. So the mandate for leadership. Let me just give you a rundown of what's in here. I see my time too. Pillar 1, what I just read to you already. They consider this taking the reins of government. They talk about the White House, the executive office of the president, and the central personnel agency managing the bureaucracy. Section 2, which is Pillar 2, the Common Defense, Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security, Department of State, Intelligence Community, media agencies, including global media and public broadcasting, Agency for Internal Development. Section 3, that's Pillar 3, the General Welfare, Department of Agriculture, Department of Education, Department of Energy, and related commissions, Environmental Protection Agency, Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Housing and Urban Development, Department of Interior, Department of Justice, Department of Labor, Department of Transportation, and Department of Veteran Affairs. Section 4, Pillar 4, the economy, Department of Commerce, the Department of Treasury, Export-Import Bank. The Export-Import Bank, and they put this in their table of contents, should be abolished. The case for Export-Import Bank, Federal Reserve, Small Business Administration. Y'all need to read that section. Trade, the case for fair trade, the case for free trade. Then they have independent regulatory agencies, Financial Regulatory Agency, Security and Exchange Commission, and related agencies, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Federal Communications Commission, Federal Election Commission. I really need to read that one. Federal Trade, and then they call it Onward. So we're going to pull out different sections, again, at least once every week, but hopefully twice a week to get all of this information to you. We think it's important for you to know about it. We also sent out I think it was in May or June, a summary. So if you don't want to read the whole thing, read the summary. Y'all, this is real. This is real. Whoever's telling you it's not real, they're lying. This is real. This is real. Now, y'all, it's that time during the election cycle where I will say, are you registered to vote? If you are not a registered voter, please go and visit www.vote.gov today. If you are a registered voter, check your voter registration. I happen to be at my great nephew and my nephew and his girlfriend's baby shower. My great nephew has been born a couple days ago. And while I was there, a lot of young people. And so my sister-in-law said, you got a job to do. And I knew what that was. So I stood up with their permission, with my nephew's permission, and asked the group, are all of you registered voters? And some said yes, some were like, no. I said, okay, get out your phones. Go to www.vote.gov and let's get registered. Several of the young people did. And they did register. They were asking questions. My niece went to go check her voter registration. And this is on my Facebook page. She gave me permission to share it. And they had her purged here in the state of Ohio. She's never missed a voting cycle, and she hasn't moved since she's been a registered voter. So we were able to get her back on the rolls, get everything done. But if she had not checked, she would have been missing this general election. And on my way to my car, a young man, pants halfway down to his knees, says, Miss Gail, Miss Gail. So I want y'all to hear this. This is so important. This is why I'm sharing this morning. He said to me, he said, I was too embarrassed to ask a question in front of my friends. He said, I opened this up. He said, and I don't know what to do with it. I was completely intimidated. He shined some light on something for me. He said, I'm here to go on social media, play games, and scroll. He says, can you help me complete this? Absolutely. I said, I can't do it. You have to do it. So he opened it up. He said, and what am I supposed to put here? What am I supposed to put here? He said to open up that app intimidated him. So y'all, you may have to help guide someone. You cannot do it for them, but you may have to help guide someone, because it hit me. When I got in my car, I said, wow, how many people open up that app and find out, I'm intimidated by what they're asking. I'm intimidated by sharing my social security number or my driver's license or my identification number. I'm intimidated by these things. And you may have to just educate them and walk them through it. So several people registered to vote. So I'm also sharing this. I was talking to Apostle Anita Dawson, and she was saying, wow, how many opportunities at a baby shower or a birthday party or anniversary party or a small group Bible study or whatever that you cannot say, hey, by the way, is everyone registered to vote? And I let them know when I stood up to ask that question, I'm not here to tell you how to vote. I said, that's not my job. But I do want your voices to be heard, and I want you to register to vote. Yes, Adrian, on September the 17th, and News and Motion will be doing something with this as well. We will, it's the National Voter Registration Day. News and Motion will be at Kennedy Cakes in the morning, at Junto at lunchtime, and at Yellow Brick Pizza, I think it's at 3 or 4 o'clock, where we'll be registering people to vote as well as completing postcards. So if you want to hang out with us, we have people sponsoring y'all. We have people sponsoring coffee and donuts. We have people sponsoring mimosas. We have people sponsoring pizzas. So we're going to keep those details coming to you. If you're someplace else and you're not in Columbus, Ohio or Central Ohio, find out what's happening. Set up your own national registration, a voter registration. That's also going to be in the Friday rundown of how you can sign up so you can be a part of this. Y'all, the key again is to get people registered to vote. That's what we're doing. Yvonne said, I checked my family and we are all still registered. Great. Keep checking, keep checking, keep checking, keep checking. Before I get to the inspirational message, y'all, this has been so much fun today. Before I get to the inspirational, y'all, don't forget tomorrow we will have Reverend Derek Holmes with us, Senior Pastor of Union Grove Baptist Church. He's going to be talking about get out to vote. He's going to be talking about get out to vote. You do not want to miss that with us. All right, y'all. So inspire, a call to action. Never knew this was going to happen. Never knew this was going to happen. The book is going in waves. It's really crazy. I made a post from my own cousin who sent me a email saying that she got the book. She's kind of mad at me because she said I didn't invite her to the book signing. I said, girl, it was on Facebook. I can't help you. So she bought the book and she said, wow. So I made a post of her holding the book. Algorithm is crazy because people are saying, I didn't know you had a book. I said, what are you talking about? It's been all over the place. So now the book signings are happening again. People are asking me to come to book readings. People are buying this book like crazy. And I'm just like, wow, God, wow. He reminded me, Devotion 63 on page 169 in the book. I know I'm getting older. I turned 59, so I got to put my glasses on. Empowerment message and a call to pray. And I say, while penning Inspire, I felt a powerful surge of determination and purpose course through me. Deep within, I held an unwavering belief that something truly extraordinary is on the horizon. And I remember that feeling. I remember that feeling like it was like an hour ago. And I have in here, although I may not fully comprehend the divine inspiration that urged me to write this devotional, I ponder the impact it will have on the lives of others at this very moment as I write these words. I sense that people will be stirred to become more involved in their communities and engage in civic matters. This is an empowerment to participate actively. As a collective, let us unite our hands and hearts in prayer. Our fervent prayers should target not only the absence of material resources, but also the spiritual lack in our lives. Together, let's visualize abundance, doors of opportunities, and blessings cascading abundantly into our lives and the lives of those around us. In unison, let's work on eradicating jealousy and envy from our hearts, recognizing that these emotions hinders our progress. In their stead, let's celebrate each other's victories, nurture one another's dreams, and cheer for each other. In essence, let's build community. And this is how I end this devotion. While crafting this book, I reached out to intercessors who understand the potent impact of our collective prayers. Each of you who joins this cause becomes a beacon of light, something that doesn't sit well with those who oppose us. Y'all, when I read this, I was like, this is deep. This is completely deep. And this is still happening. The number of people who are sending emails saying how their children are doing, they're competing with each other in this call to action, how families are coming together, how people are saying, hey, did you check out? And no one's reading this 1 through 150. They're reading like 22, 34, 33, 19, 2. They're skipping all over the place. Marion, I believe you said you did it the same way, that you didn't read it in orders. And people are not doing that. Marion Jackson says, inspirational message, empowerment message, and a call to action. That's it. I love you, Marion. People aren't just, they're picking it up, they're grabbing a devotion, they're going with it. And lives are being changed. I had no idea. But I remember that particular writing when I was writing this out, like something is happening with this book, even with myself and Kathy, the editor. We felt a shift. And so the inspirational message today, as Marion said, it's empowerment. It's an empowerment message and a call to pray. Y'all, with everything that's going on today, we have to pray. And if you have to fast with it, go ahead and do that as well. This book is available on Amazon. My sister-in-law said, do you have it in audio yet? And I said, no, I don't. I said, I haven't been even released to do the digital download yet. Guys, like, just leave it where it is. So this book is available. It is a hardback book. It's on Amazon. People are getting it, if you have Prime, like within 24 hours. Sometimes, because they've been out of stock many times, it may take 3 to 4 days. But people are talking about this book. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in me, believing in my work, and helping me stand strong to do what I'm doing. All right, y'all, remember to join Kenny Stanley with Game Over every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Ohio State blew out Akron. And I'm going to a game. I'm so excited. I'm going to a game in September. I'm so excited about that. But a lot's going on. Again, tomorrow, join me. I have Reverend Derek Holmes with me tomorrow. Get out to vote. And then on Thursday, you don't want to miss it. We have to protect our mental health, especially in this political season. We will have Davia with us. Now, y'all, in our comeback, there may be days that we're not here because we're on location doing different things. And next week is going to be one of those weeks. We have the debate coming up on September the 10th. So I will be able to feed out that information of what's going on there, give some thoughts. Hi, Regina. Missed you too, sis. I missed all of y'all, seriously. But y'all, that's all we have for today. If you know any student that's interested in broadcasting, wanting to work the boards or anything like that, please have them send me their resume, send me an email so I can interview them. Right now I'm doing it on my own as we are sending off Isaiah and wishing him well and all that he's doing. So if y'all see Isaiah, y'all just say, keep soaring, my brother, keep soaring. All right, y'all, it's so good to be back. I will see y'all in the morning along with Reverend Derek Holmes. Until then, y'all know what I say. Stay well and remember, make some bold moves. We're out.
Motion.